In India, every 1 hour, one student commits suicide. If you take the data from 2019 to 2021, more than 35,000 students have committed suicide. What is the problem? Is competition killing us? Today, through four different stories, four different illustrations, I will try to speak out why I don't prefer competition. Instead, I prefer creativity. Point number one, we all are born creative. It is competition that makes us dull. Well, I never enjoyed learning in school. Why? Let me give you an example. Suppose there is a maths problem. Now, I'm constantly told in school that I have to score good marks, I have to score good marks, that I have to score good marks. Now, what is the simplest way to solve this maths problem if I want to score good marks? Simply look at the solution, copy it, memorize it, and write it down in your exam. You see, in school, I never learned to be creative. Now, if I'm not creating anything new in my life would be not interesting. And how do I enjoy a dull life? How do the students enjoy a dull life? Why won't they commit suicide of boredom? Point number two, society criticizes us for being wrong because of competition. Let me give you an example. Maya was 4 years old. She took up the pencil in her hand and started to scribble. But her parents were worried. Why? Because Maya had picked up the pencil in her left hand. As Maya grew up, she wanted to write with her left hand. She preferred writing with her left hand. But her parents would not allow that to happen. They forced her to change to right hand. Why? Because writing with left hand was stigmatized. People felt writing with left hand is unlucky. But the parents did not know that people like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Sachin Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Ratan Tata, Amitabh Bachchan, all these were left-handed people. The list of talented left-handed people is endless. But because of competition, we are so focused on competing with each other, we are very afraid to go against the society. What if society does not accept Maya? Let us start writing with our right hand. Point number three, competition focuses us to focus only on the short term. Well, I have to tell you that I have been guilty of killing the creativity of many of my students. I guide students for GATE exam, which is an engineering entrance examination, for getting into PSUs and IITs. Now I constantly tell my students, don't try to be creative. Instead, focus on only on those things which have been told to do. You have been told to do. Now, why do I do this? Because in competition, we are not being given credit to learn what is not in the syllabus. We are not given credit to do something creative. The syllabus is so much, time is so less that we cannot afford to be creative to learn something of our interest, to learn something which is out of the syllabus. You see what is competition doing to us? Competition is simply destroying our future. Competition is forcing us to focus only on the short term. Now, I don't have any problem with the short term. Short term goals are very, very important for life. But the problem is that we don't develop the capability to plan long term goals. And it is only the long term goals that can substantially change our life. Point number four, Competition has destroyed our education system, has killed our education system. Again, give me an example. One of my cousin, Manish, his creativity level was beyond imagination. When he was 8 years of old, once he screamed and called his mother, "Mother, mother, come here, you need to see this. Snakes have laid eggs in our garden." His mother was talking to some of the guests that have arrived. All of them got terrified. All of them rushed to see the eggs that were laid in the gardens by the snake. They even thought of calling the snake catcher. And then suddenly the maid from the kitchen shouted, "Ma'am, Manish has stolen some of the eggs from the kitchen." Manish was nowhere to be found. Manish had actually stolen some of the eggs from the kitchen, dig a hole in the garden, and buried the eggs to fool everyone. Now, this is just one of the creativity acts of Manish. But you know what happened to Manish? As he grew, he was not able to transfer his creativity from his childhood like to his studies. Why? Who cares for creativity in our education system? Manish has to score good marks, compete with his friends, and get a good job. Nobody cares the interest and the talents of Manish. Everybody will push him in the same direction. Competition. You see, competition is not that very good as we think. We should try to come out of competition and try to be more creative, because the problems of the world will not be solved through competition, it will be only solved through creativity. Thank you. If you like my content, please like this video. If you like the content that I'm sharing, please subscribe to our channel and share it with others. Thank you. Bye-bye.